What's good? How you stick with us delivery service? We got you. What's good?
All right, guys. We are officially live. We had some technical issues, but we figured it out. So today, I got you guys a brand new guest today. So real quickly, we're going to be talking all about the cargo game. What you need to do to make $500 a day with a cargo van. So we got our expert here. If y'all don't know, he was featured in the news recently, right? Tell everybody real
That's
quickly
right.
about you. You being in the news. I mean, you was on the U.S. Sun. It was like front page news, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm still in disbelief. I can't even like front like it's been like it's been like a whirlwind. I can't even lie, man.
Hey, it's
I've
like
been on.
you came like one of them overnight celebrities. Everybody's been blowing your
That
inbox up
that's
ever
what
since,
it's.
bro.
I can't even lie. Like that's what it's starting to feel like. I mean, like I'm on the Google. Like if you go to Google, I'm on Google now.
Yeah.
I just found out I'm in the New York Times Post.
What?
Yeah, I ain't
That's
even. I gotta
crazy,
send that
man.
to you. I found that out yesterday.
Yeah, well, I saw you in the U.S. Sun the other day, and I saw your photograph, and they had you with a photograph with you and a cargo van and some palm trees, and I'm like, well, he's either got to be in California or Florida because that tree
South
doesn't grow
Florida.
in Kentucky. Yeah, it doesn't grow there. So tell everybody real quickly who you are, where you're from, and tell them what it is that you do, bro.
Okay, my real name is Tony, but all my life everybody called me Stick. So when I created the company, I just thought of something and I came up with Stick with Us. So a Stick with Us delivery. I'm out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Sunny South Florida. And yeah, man, I'm an owner operator of a cargo van business. And I love what I do, man. I love helping people and teaching people the game. I created my own formula now that works for me to where you can make a nice amount of money,
My man, you
weekly,
you a hustler,
monthly.
bro. Yeah, I was watching, checking
Gotta
out your
be.
YouTube channel. My man was on the news. I saw your little link that you posted on Instagram, and you were showing people how you made $1,000 in a day with a cargo van. So let's get into
Yeah.
it real quickly, bro. Tell everybody kind of how you got started in this cargo game, like being a courier. You didn't used to be a courier your whole life, right?
No, no. I really just really got into this like 3 years ago. I was working for a company driving box trucks, and I had got real cool with one of the supervisors, and I was asking him. I said, "Hey, man, those deliveries we take, how much we get paid? How much y'all make for that?" And he told me like even if they go like 10 miles in the box truck, they was making like $400-500 for just one trip.
Right.
So they averaging 2,500 to $3,000 a day off of me, but I'm only making like 150, maybe 180 a day. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn this business. I didn't know it was that kind of money in it. So I was like, I'm gonna learn this business. And I was like, at first I wanted to do box truck, but then I seen the expenses and the overhead, and I was like, okay, well, I need to see where I can start it. And I found out about the cargo vans, and I realized I can get the cargo van. They hold 2 to 3 pallets. I can go that route, as a starter kit until I can build myself up. But now I like the cargo van. I don't even think I'll go to the box truck now.
Okay, cool. So now tell people if they want to get into the cargo, how much did tell people what kind of van you have and how much money did you pay for it? How much money do we need, like startup cost, capital to get started in this business?
All right, to get started in this business, it all depends. I always tell people it all depends on your credit. So if you have good credit, then you can get off the ground with this business with minimum like 10 grand, from 7,500 to 10 grand if you have good credit. Now, if you have bad credit, then you're going to need about 15 to 20,000. The reason I'm saying that is because when I first started, my credit was not good. I had to put 9,000 down to get my cargo van, but my payments are cheap. I only pay 530 a month. You know, and so those are like the things you need to do when you first get to start off. And you most definitely need an LLC. You need an EIN. You need a business bank account. I always tell people to create the foundation first before you get into the business. I always tell people to do the research on companies and what's in your area, and that's the best way to go because you don't want to because this is an investment. You're about to invest a lot of money into something. So even before you do that, make sure there's enough work in your city, wherever you at. Make sure there's enough work. So I actually tell people exactly where to go search at to find these loads and these companies that's looking for owner operators.
Yeah, man. I work as a courier as well. I'm in Tampa, and you said you're over there in West Palm, so we're probably
Yeah.
not too far away from you, bro. And
No,
I
not
just
at
drive my
all.
own personal vehicle because, like you said, I don't want the expense of an extra $400 or $500 a month, payment for a cargo van. Plus, how
Yeah.
much does the insurance run you a month? Because you don't just have regular like liability insurance. What kind of insurance do you have on that van, bro?
Uh, when I first started, I had $1 million commercial insurance, and I was paying $1,000 a month for that. But
Woo!
I yeah, it was a lot of money. But now I've learned the game. I figured out a formula. I have a way now to where if you stay local, you don't need $1 million insurance. And
Right.
a lot of companies now are even offering insurance. So I'm with a company now that offer me insurance. I get them about $60 a month for commercial insurance plus the $100,000 cargo insurance. But I also have my own commercial insurance on my vehicle. You know, my
So
commercial I don't pay
how
them
much
like
does that run you like in an average month? How much are you paying total in insurance?
probably like 250. That's it.
Well, but that okay. So you got $500 a month, van payment plus 250
Yeah.
insurance. So if you don't get no phone calls and nobody offers you any runs, you already 750 in the hole. But tell people how much are you
Yeah.
making? But I saw you on Instagram and YouTube, and you said that you're making anywhere easily between 6 to 10 grand a month, right? So what
Yes.
have you been
Yes.
doing lately the past 2 3 months? Like in an average month or an average week, how much are you making like net?
Okay, now that's why I said I had to create a formula. So okay, I'm with two different dispatching companies. So the way the dispatching companies work is they find loads for you. So I would get an email and then it tell me I see the load and it asks me if I'm available to take the load. A lot of times what I do, they most likely going to send it at night or about 4 or 5 in the morning. So when I take that load, I already know that load going to pay me from 200 to probably $500. So once I get done with that load, I have other companies that I'm with the apps. So once I'm done with that load, I get on my apps with the other companies and I wait to see what loads come in with that. So as I'm knocking those loads out, and I always tell people you got to create a formula. And that's what I didn't know when I first started this business. I just thought you get with a company, you work for them, and you make your money, and that was it. And then it was like sometime when I first started, my overhead was so high, for me it wasn't making enough sense. I was like, this ain't making enough sense. I'm not seeing enough profit. What am I doing wrong? What can I do that's better? And I created this formula to where I figured out how to make between $300 to $500 on the average every single day with the formula that I have. And you can have days. Last Friday, like I said, like 2 weeks ago, I had did like it was actually a little over, like almost 1,200 I did in one day. So it
Right.
just depends.
So I want people
Go
to
ahead.
follow along, depending on your work ethic and depending, because you got to understand, man, when you guys work as a courier, you're self-employed. So if you're not a
Exactly.
self-motivated person and you're used to punching in at 9 and going home at 5, and you have to
Yep.
have somebody over your shoulder telling you what to do all the time, you're going to be in
Mm-hmm.
trouble. But if you're doing what
Yes.
Stick is telling you guys, what Tony is saying is, you guys like I just did a courier run this morning. I dropped my courier run off, ran here to the post office, shipped off my eBay packages, and right before we went live, I was getting ready to pull on my app and do some deliveries for Amazon Flex. So if you guys have these different apps like he's talking about, you can't just be satisfied and say, okay, I made $100 for today, and that's all I'm going to do is go home. If you did $300 a day and you did that 7 days in a week on average, that means that you should be bringing home nothing less than 2,100 a week, right? So you said somewhere between $300 to $500 a day. So let's say you did $500 a day and you worked Monday through Friday. That's still what 2,500 a week, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And it
So
can
you're
be
probably making
done.
somewhere between 2 to 3 grand a week just riding around in your cargo van, being your own boss, making your own hours, making your own schedule. But I just want people to be aware that with the freedom comes responsibility. That you also are going to pay for your own gas, your own toll booths, your own maintenance. If you need to get tires or oil changes or brakes, all that's on you, right?
Exactly. And that's what people have to know. Like, you have to create a budget. You have to write everything down. You need to know how much it costs to fill your tank up, what kind of gas you're using, the maintenance, you know what I mean? Oil changes, whatever the case may be, you need to know all your numbers. Like you said, this is a business. You're on your own now. You don't have no boss, no one telling you what to do. This ain't no company vehicle. It's none of that. So I always tell people treat this like it's your baby. If you had a baby, you want to watch your baby grow. So that's how you treat this business, and that's how I treat it. So like you saying, you finish. I do one load. I jump on the apps. I might get a load for $50. I might get another load 75, one for 100, another one for 50, and I just do it until I feel like I'm good for the day. And you can generate a nice amount of money, and you can just drive local. Like the furthest I go, I'm in West Palm Beach, so the furthest I go to Miami to maybe Melbourne. So those are like the ratio. Like if I go to Tampa, I can go Tampa way also. So it just depends. I'm a hustler, so I like to go get it.
Yeah.
And you can't have it on. It can't be on you. It's got to be in you. I always tell people that. You know what I'm saying? It got to
Right.
be in you. Got to have it.
Right. If you got to be self motivated because you could just say, "Hey, I
Exactly.
made $100, $200 for the day. I'm gonna go, go home, grab me some McDonald's, take a shower, and call it a day." There's some days you're out here putting in 10, 12, 14 hour days. Some days, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I
All
done
right.
did
Now,
12, 13 hours in one day. Exactly.
right, because I don't
Yes.
want people to think that this is one of them gigs where you just do, what I'm saying, the bare minimum. Because if that's your
No.
mindset going into a job, and you're like, hey, I'm just going to do the bare minimum not to get fired, and the boss is going to pay me the bare minimum to keep me from quitting. But when you're a courier, it's on you, bro. Because like I'm the same
Exactly.
way. They give me a run, and I might be leave to Tampa, and I might hit Orlando, pick up a run, then hit Melbourne, then go from Melbourne to Gainesville. Then there might be
See.
another run in Gainesville coming back to Tampa, and I worked eight
See.
hours but then you made five, six, $700 in those 8 hours too. It just
See. You
depends
know the
on
game. You know to keep
right. It
going.
just
Keep it moving.
right because you getting something coming and going right. So that's
Yes.
what you're doing.
Yes.
Except I'm driving my own personal vehicle. You guys can see it's just
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
small SUV, and I just lay the
Yeah.
seats down. And then that
Yeah.
way, when I lay the seats lay down, I got the cargo room. But tell us, drop some knowledge on me, man. So let's say I found me a cargo van. I wanted to be like you. I went ahead and threw the money down and said, okay, I got me this little Ford cargo van. What do I do
Hmm.
next? What's the next thing that I do after I get my van? I got my insurance. Let's talk about that. What's the next step?
Okay, okay. Once you have done all that, then I always tell people it's a company called cbdriver.com. And what that is a platform that would allow you to type in your zip code wherever you live, and it's going to pull up every company that's looking for an owner operator with a cargo van. On that platform, you can create yourself a profile. With that profile, is very user friendly. So once you create the profile, you'll see the company. You go to the company, and you can hit a button that says send your profile to the company. It'll automatically send an email to that company, allowing the company to see your name of your business, what kind of vehicle you have, and what hours and days you're available to work. If that company is interested in you, they're going to reach back out to you in a few days. So that's always the best thing to do first. And also you can post ads on the platform and it's for free. It don't cost you nothing. You can just post the ad and the companies can see your ad on the website, and that's cbdriver.com. I always tell people to go there first so you can at least have an idea of what's going on in your city.
Okay, now what's your top three tips or piece of advice of someone that wants to be their own boss? They want to be a courier because I put in the title of this video is that you can make $500 in a day. That's not
Hmm.
clickbait, right? Like that's legit. If you can do that on a
Yeah,
regular
that's
basis,
legit.
right?
Yeah. I can show my phone. I always show my people because I don't want them to thinking it's just talk. So I always show people my loads, and I like to like I'm training my nephew right now. So he's so excited. He's 25 years old. His name Rodney, and he's so excited because I actually show him all the numbers because I want him to see. As young men, there's a lot going on in this world. So a lot of young men ain't really trying to work. But if you can show them a platform that actually work and it's good money, then they're going to be interested in doing it. So you can easily like, oh, this is how I do mine. And when I wake up in the morning, I start work about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Before 10 or 11 o'clock, I already made $200, and that's like every day for me. And I always try to hurry up and make 200 because if I do that and I still got 4 to 5 hours still left to work, I know I'm going to get to 4 or 500. So I always try to do that every day. I'm like in the morning, that's when I think I go my hardest because I set myself a goal and my goal is $200. Before 10 or 11 o'clock, I want to be on made 200, and I do that every day.
Okay. So what's your best top three tips or piece of advice to help somebody get in the cargo game? What was your top three tips?
Top three tips to get in the cargo van business. Most definitely do your research first. Find a cargo van. I always say either the Ford Transit 150, medium roof or high roof, or if you like the Dodge, go Dodge 1500, medium roof or high roof. And the reason I say medium roof or high roof, that way you won't limit yourself on what kind of load you can get. Because if you get the regular van, the load might be too tall, so that way you just missed out on some money that you could have got. Another tip I'm going to tell people is get a Twitch card. The Twitch card is going to be where you can go to the airport and pick up loads once you start this business. That's going to keep you. The key is to not miss out on money. We want to make money, so don't miss out on no money. So get that Twitch card. That's another good key of advice I can give people. And another advice is just be on point. When you get with these companies, make sure you're on time. Make sure you pick up on time. Make sure you deliver on time. Make sure all the equipment is strapped down. You got your blankets, you got your straps, you got your dolly, your hand jack. Those are like the best tips I can give you, because a lot of these companies are gonna rate you. It's like a 5-star rating. So you want to keep a good, keep a good rating, man. And stay on that company, stay on that platform.
Right. If you show up late or you start having problems, they may not use you again. They might be like, "Hey, we don't want this guy because he said he was supposed to be here at noon. He didn't show up till 1 o'clock. He was over there eating McDonald's and stopped at the
He wanted to
Safeway
see his
along the way."
girlfriend for a
Right.
little bit.
Right. He
Yeah.
got caught up. Right. He got caught up.
You
He told
feel
us
me?
he got caught up in traffic, but dude was 3 hours late. So right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
right. So you right. That's good. So you on your own, since you're driving on your own authority, then you get to you said you have a dispatcher that works with you. So tell us a little bit about how it works with the dispatcher. Do you got to give them a cut of the money for them finding you loads, or how does that work?
Yeah. Okay, with the dispatcher, yes, they get a cut. And a lot of times the dispatcher is probably like 5%, might be 10%. It just depends on what dispatching company you're working with. But yeah, they get you the load. And the good thing about that, if you're using the dispatch, you don't have to have no DOT or no MC number, because you get to use theirs. So you don't have to have no authority. You can use their authority and make all the money you want to make. All you have to do is have the proper insurance. And like I told you, some companies now are offering insurance. And I think the reason they did that is because for owner operators, the cost was very high on getting insurance and the overhead. So they try to figure out a way to make it to where our overhead is much lower now, to where we will want to be in this business, where we will want to do this and continue to do it. So that's why I think these companies now are offering insurance, which is a great thing. It's a lifesaver, and that makes you to where you can put more money in your pocket every month.
Okay, now I know someone's going to comment in the video after the fact, and they're going to say, "Okay, let's say you made $500 a day. How much money are you spending in gas out of that $500? Because gas, we
Hmm.
don't. You're not driving an electric car, so how much money do
Exactly.
you say on an average day? I mean, you spending 40, 50, $60 a day. I mean, I know it all depends on how much you
Hmm.
drive, but on an average day or an average week, how much you think you spend in gas?
Well, for me, on an average week of gas, that's why I'm telling people to get the Ford Transit 150 or the Dodge ProMaster 1500, because those take regular gas. It only take me $80 to fill up my van, and I get almost 500 miles. I get anywhere from 450 miles to 500 miles. I fill up at least average 3 times a week. So that's $240 a week I'm spending on gas, which is
Well, how many
amazing.
days a week do you usually work?
5 days out the week.
So that means you spending $48, almost $50 a day in gas. So,
Exactly.
but I mean, it's you got to spend money to make money. You know what I'm saying? What's the
Exactly.
alternative? You're going to work at Burger King.
Exactly.
You're going to work at
No,
McDonald's. You're going to go work
no.
at Amazon and make $15 an hour in the warehouse. Like, what you going to do? So, you got to kind of be on your own authority. So, someone says, what year van can one use? So, do you have to have a brand new van, or can you get a used van? What do you
You
recommend?
can
They recommend.
you can, I mean, I say if you have the money and the means to get a brand new van, get it. Only reason I'm saying that is because you're gonna have the factory warranty. So if anything go wrong with it, you're not gonna have to worry about repairs. By you being a brand new business owner in this business, you don't want to have to be coming out the pocket with repairs so early in the game. So, but if you're going to get a used one, I have a used one. I have a 2017. So if you're going to get a used one, I say stay by 2014 and up, but make sure you get extended insurance. I have endurance. I have extended warranty on my cargo van that lasts for 5 years. And if you go get it right now, they have a special going on where you get $300 off, and your down payment will only be $168, and you pay $148 a month, and it's worth it. And that's everything: engine, transmission, electric, windshield, tires, whole 9 yards.
Well, how much could it cost if how much did you spend, or how much could it cost right now if someone wanted to buy a used cargo van? If they wanted to buy a 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, how much would one cost? Even if you got a used one on Craigslist or something, how much would it cost to get in the game?
I mean, if you cashing out on the cargo van, that's like about 30 to 35,000 right now, because they actually don't went up. I got mine for 28.5, so the price of cargo vans actually don't went up because of the demand for them, and everything that's been happening in the world.
Well, and the thing is, they know that if you're buying a cargo van, you're using it to make money. They know you're not buying, what I'm saying?
They
They know you're
know
not
that.
buying a Honda Pilot for a soccer mom to pick your kids up from school. They know you're using it to make
Yep.
money, so they can kind of charge a premium for it. And right now, like you said, it's all about the supply and the demand, and demand is
Yep.
going up. And because of the chip shortage, the prices of even used vehicles have gone up. So
Yep.
someone in the
They
chat
have.
asked the question, says, can you get a tax write-off for a van?
Yeah, I think you can. I know I write off a lot of stuff. I mean, you can write off the gas. You can write off uniforms. You can write off. I mean, it's so much stuff you can write off with that's the purpose of getting the LLC. Because when you have the LLC, there's a lot of stuff you can write off. So you're gonna write off all your gas, all your maintenance, anything, cleaning the vehicle. I mean, I even heard you can write off the payments that you pay on the vehicle because you're making monthly payments. That's for the business. I heard you can write that off also. So I mean, that's a beautiful thing if you ask me.
Hey man, I did hear that. I think there's something in the tax code that if you buy a vehicle for business and it's over a certain weight and amount of pounds, it could be a tax
Exactly.
write-off. That's why you see
Exactly.
people that have those $100,000 Tesla
Exactly.
SUVs, because the weight
Exactly.
of it is a certain amount of weight, and then they write that
Yup.
off on their taxes. And so
Yup.
some of them can, I think, but I'm not a tax expert, so I don't want to tell you something wrong. So
Me neither. Ain't no tax
I
expert
make sure
either.
you talk to your accountant first. I don't want to tell you something wrong and say Jeff told me to go buy
Exactly.
this
Do
thirty
your
thousand dollar
research.
van and he lied to me. So I
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
lie to you guys. So, but I do
That's
think there is
right.
something in there now that you mentioned it, that if the vehicle's over a certain weight, it could be,
Yeah.
yeah, Section 179 said it could be used as a tax write off if it's for your business. So yeah,
Yup.
someone said they heard the same thing, but I don't want to tell you guys something wrong. But if you have an LLC and you have a business, it could work. But so tell me then, so on an average week, let's say hypothetically you made $500 a day, you work Monday through
Hmm.
Friday, that's $2,500 a week. So in an average
Hmm.
month, you're probably making somewhere between 8 to 10 grand a month. And out of
Yeah.
that, I don't want, I'm trying to be realistic. So out of that, he said he
Exactly.
spent $240 a week in gas. So that means that's 960. So we're spending a
Hmm.
thousand dollars out of that in gas, right? You heard him say his insurance is what, 250, right?
Yeah. 250. Yeah.
And then I think you said your van payment was 500. So if he made, let's say he made 8 grand or 10 grand for the month, I got 1,750. By the time you pay your insurance, your cargo van, and your
Yep.
fuel costs,
And
you're
and I
out
have
about.
the extended warranty, so that's another 150 right there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to round it off and
Yeah.
let's say 2 grand a month.
Okay.
For two
Yeah. Yeah.
grand a
Yeah.
month, right? So they say if you made two
Exactly.
grand a month, you spending, if you netted 10, you're out. You know what I'm saying? You're out two out of pocket for the extended warranty and all that. So you're probably
Exactly.
still making. If you make 8 grand a month, that's still 100 grand a year, and you get to be your own
Exactly.
boss and make up your own schedule. So
Come on,
right.
man. Can't beat it.
When I tell people that they can make 100 grand a year being a courier, they always look at me sideways. But it's if somebody's making, 15, 20, $25 an hour and they're working their 9 to 5 job, if someone's making
Hmm.
50 grand a year, it's hard for you to tell them, say, hey, bro, you don't need 20 years seniority. You don't need a college
Exactly.
degree. You can just be your
Exactly.
own boss and make up your own work schedule and just go out there and
Exactly.
hustle, and you're going to get out of it what you put into it, right? So tell people
Exactly.
what your average day looks like. You get up early in the morning, right? So, and then
Yeah.
what do you do from that point? You get up early in the morning. Talk about kind of what your average day looks like for you, because I know it varies depending on your loads.
Yeah. So my average morning is I get up about 5 in the morning every morning. Once I get up, I start looking at my load, see what's going on. I start getting myself together, the usual routine, brush your teeth, all that kind of stuff, shower. I get ready because I get on the loads, because these apps are almost like load boards. So I get on them to see what come through first, and normally around 7 o'clock, that's when you'll see the first one, 7 to 7:30. They start coming in. I accept the load. Once I accept it, I jump in my van and I go straight there. and pick up that load. And as I pick that load up, once I have the load, now this is what I do. This is my trick. Once I have that load, I'm already back on that load board looking for another load, even though I know I have a load. That's what I do.
Right.
So when I see another load come in, I accept that load, and then I go drop that load off, and then I go to my next one. And then when I go to my next one, I'm already looking for another one. I just keep it going like that. That's what I'm saying. I really hustle real hard, and that's why I say it's got to be in you. It can't be on you. If you really hungry and you want to make a big life changing decision and change your life, you're going to work for it. Like I say, this your baby, so I got to take care of my baby.
All right, cool. Now I want everybody to know that because we're trying to shoot this video around 30 minutes. You do have one-on-one if somebody wants to get in the game, but they
Yes.
don't know who to talk to, where to go, what to
Hmm.
do, how to get started. You do offer one-on-one coaching. I think I saw that on your YouTube channel or Instagram. So
Hmm.
tell people a little
Yes.
bit about what it is that you offer people. If they don't know, where to go or what to do, tell them a little bit about
Hmm.
what you offer people for one-on-one coaching to help them get started.
Well, yeah, I do offer that. It's on all my platforms, on my TikTok, my Instagram, and my YouTube channel, which is all Stick With Us Delivery. And yes, I offer that, and what it involves in, because a lot of people always ask me on how do I get started. So I'm willing to walk you through step by step on how to get started, from your LLC to picking out your van. I done had guys where they at the dealership, and I'm telling them, and like I had two guys a week ago. They both brought cargo vans, and one of them just got a contract, a guy named Hector, delivering auto parts. So I'm willing to give you all the apps I know, all the places I know to get loads. I mean, I want to see people win. That's my whole thing. I want to see people win. I know how it is. I've been there before. So however I can help somebody, I'm here. I always tell people, DM me, hit me up. I'm gonna respond. And that's what I do, man. So when you talk to me one on one, I'm gonna let you pick my brain. I'm gonna give you everything I got.
Hey, I'm with you, bro. Me and you, we the same, bro. And I swear, bro, I don't know why. I think I've seen you somewhere because we live in Florida. So I swear I've seen you at like maybe like a Wawa gas
I
station
was
or
just gonna
Love's or
say that a
something.
Wawa.
I, I probably have seen you somewhere because we both on the road
Yeah,
driving. I'm sure we ran into each other at least once.
yeah,
So
I
yeah,
agree. I
so
agree.
yeah, we had to because I
For real.
crisscrossed the whole state of Florida, right?
I
So
was just at Wawa. That's why it's so funny you said that.
that's what I'm saying. Like
It's
I'm
so
sure
funny.
because
I
you,
have it right here. This Wawa.
right, okay. All right, so tell everybody where they can go by and find you at on YouTube and Instagram. He puts out a lot of free content on YouTube and Instagram, telling you what apps he uses, how he finds work, because that's the
That's
first
right.
thing. Everyone wants to know about the LLC. They want to know about what type of vehicle they need. Then it's about the insurance, and then they're like, "Well, I don't know how to find loans." So if you can
Yeah.
help people get started, tell them where they can
Yeah.
check you out at. I have all the links listed down below for YouTube and
I
Instagram. But
appreciate that.
how do they go ahead and check you out and find you?
Well, yeah, most definitely go to my TikTok, Stick With Us Delivery, and most definitely go to my YouTube. And the reason I'm saying go to my YouTube channel, Stick With Us Delivery, because the videos are much longer, and I'm able to break down these apps. I'm able to break down these websites and give y'all an idea on what works and which one what work in your city, what they're going to ask from you. It's just a whole breakdown. And I also have my YouTube channel where you can go on there, Stick With Us Delivery, and all my platforms. If you hit the link in the bio, you'll go straight to my consultation, and you can set a date for the consultation, and I do the one-on-one consultation, and that's for 45 minutes. And yeah, like I said, I'm just here to help, man. I want to see people win. There's enough money out here for all of us. I'm not going to be stingy with the knowledge, and I just want to bless people, man. You know.
Well, I always tell people, man, especially here in Florida where we're at, there's so many people that are retired. I'm not going to say they don't want to work, but there's so many people
Hmm.
that want to sit back in the lounge chair by the beach, and there's more
Yeah.
work than there is people. So if you have a
Hmm.
vehicle and you're willing to get into the cargo business and delivering freight, there's more work available than there is people right now. And especially it
Yeah.
depends on where you're at. But here in Florida, Florida's
Yeah.
the third most populated state in the country. So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's literally work everywhere. You said they were blowing your phone up today trying to give you work. So let me give a shout out to
Yes.
everybody in the chat who hung out with us today. I want to give a quick shout out here to Guan Pug is in the chat. He says, I want to get into this business, but I don't know where to start. I want to give a shout out to H Town Devil is here. I want to give a shout out to Holy and Save. Kevlar is here, said Daytona in the building. And I want
That's
to give a
what's
shout
up.
out to Mr. Tech Guy 81. He said Section 179 is what it's called. Let me give a shout out. I can't
Okay.
pronounce that name, but thanks for coming by and hanging out with us today. I want to give a shout out to SJ. So, hey guys, if you're not following our guest, He's going to teaching you step by step on his YouTube channel how to get started, how you can make $500 a day with the cargo van. So we appreciate your time. I know you said that since you was in the news, people have been blowing you up for interviews. So I
Crazy.
appreciate you jumping on and taking time out of your day to hang out with us. What would be your final thoughts or words of wisdom that you have for some knowledge that you can leave our audience with before we let you go, bro?
I'll just say, man, anyone who really truly interested in this business, it's a good way to become, your own boss, your entrepreneur, create generational wealth, and this can trickle down from family to family. Like, your whole family, y'all can run this business and create a name that's gonna stick, and that's what I'm here for, man, to teach you how to create this passive income, man. And it's a side hustle, passive income, it's everything all in one. I done made it a big gumbo.
Well, guys, I showed you guys back in January my paycheck stub, and I showed you guys I made 10 grand in a month in January working as a courier. So,
In a
and that's
car.
me,
I'm
and that's
so glad I'm on here with you because a lot of people in cars ask me about this.
right. And I'm just letting you know that because I don't want people, because there's a lot of people on YouTube talking about 5 side hustles you can do in 5 minutes. You can walk your dog, but can't none of them show you a paycheck stub of them actually walking a dog. So I can actually show you
Exactly.
a paycheck stub of me actually out here
Exactly.
hustling and doing this job, working for a courier company. So my guy
Exactly.
here, Tony, he's out here doing the same thing. And it's like, look, I've got receipts, I've got paycheck stubs. I show you what I do on a day-to-day business,
This
day in the
this my
life,
thing right here. I
right
always
here.
show them all the deliveries
Right.
right
What
here.
did they say? I see it. I just saw one that said 400 something.
Yeah,
Said like
these are all the
475.
deliveries I do.
Right.
Yeah.
I, I see you, bro. So hey, check my guy
And
out.
that's
Follow him
all
on
day,
YouTube,
man.
Instagram. He's there to answer all your questions. I have all your links listed down below. And I'm just telling you guys, you're going to get out of this business what you're willing to put into it. I'm a person
Exactly.
that since I don't have no kids, I don't have a dog. I'm one of them
Yeah,
dudes that's out
same
here trying
here.
to work 7 days a week. So if there's money on the table 7 days a week, I mean, if you work, let's say even if you only made $300 a day and you work 7 days a week, that's 2,100 a week.
Come
That's
on, right
108,
there.
$109,000 a year if you're willing to put the work in. So you don't have to set
Exactly.
the bar at 500, 600 a day. You can
No,
just say,
not at
hey, I just
all.
want to make $300 a day, and I'm
That's
cool
right.
with that because 300 a
That's
day
right.
times 7 days, that's 2,100. That's still a pretty good chunk of change. So if you're willing to get
Exactly.
into the cargo game, go ahead and follow my man. All the links are going to be down below. We
That's
appreciate
right.
everybody in here for jumping in and hanging out today.
That's
And give
right.
us some final thoughts, bro, and then we'll let you go, man. Because I told Tony we're going to keep on longer than 30 minutes.
I mean, I just want to tell everyone out here, man, who's been checking out all my platforms, and I done went viral twice. And I just want to thank everybody for all the love and support they're showing me, and I'm gonna continue to pour the love back. So they always say you give, you shall receive. So I'm gonna keep giving, and we're gonna keep running it up, man. Stick with us. We got
Hey,
you, baby.
that's it. I'm gonna put that slogan on my YouTube channel. Team Run It Up. That's what we're gonna be, bro. So hey, man, Tony, you
That's
gotta
right.
you gotta you gotta do me a favor, bro. You gotta promise me that you can come back on. Maybe 3 months, 6 months down the line, I'm gonna hit you up. You gotta come back on and drop
I
some more
got you,
knowledge
man.
for us with this courier game. You can do that for me.
Even after I'm on Good Morning America, I'm still come here on your platform and bless you.
Yeah, bless the audience. Okay, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, you're all over the place. People they don't
That's
believe you
right.
because when you show them receipts that I made $1,000 a day as a courier, that he's
Yeah.
lying. What about the gas? What about this? What about
Yeah.
that? You're all over the
Yeah.
place. All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. Go ahead and follow our guys. All the links are down below. I will see you guys in the
That's
next
right.
video. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great day. Bye, guys.
That's right, man. Be good. All right.